Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. It's time to get ready to go round 7 for test season 2 in the 2022 series of the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup on GT7. Tonight's competition, we are racing at Autodromo Nazionale Monza to take 16 laps. For the number of players, we'll do the same to be on the formation start type. Group 3 class is now ready to go by having one selection of the tire choice between the hard, medium, or soft racing tires will be suitable for today's forecast. We'll be having a bright and sunny day. It takes a lot of good non-stop without having a pit stop for the 7th round in the Manufacturers Cup. But just like round 3 at Autodromo de Interlagos, it takes many chances to climb up onto the top 3 position for only one pit stop available. We'll be doing a choice. But it takes a lot of circumstances for every Gran Turismo players can actually have to go where any kinds of a compound tires will be suitable to be ever long lasted. So better grab your Group 3 cars and head out to the track to take a lot of practice before joining session to be in the lobby. BOP regulations will set up automatically, and make sure drive exit out in the pit lane correctly until moving on to take turn 1 and 2 at the first part of the chicane before moving on into turn 3 until the second part of the chicane at turn 4 and 5. Turn 6 and 7 will be at the curve until proceed onto the straightaway before entered onto turn 8, 9 and 10 to be at the Ascari corner. And also for the final corner to be at number 11, we'll be doing the last turn. So just gonna make sure to find your line and do the best you can to master the Monza circuit. Is all about doing a successful to find your line. Let's get in there and get ready to start the show. If you're new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the race, and let's begin. There's going to be some tough choices whenever you're going to have to use one tire without a pit stop. So I have to make sure to go on to the car settings. We'll have to do some quick recommendation. I have to go with the medium racing tires. Is going to be the best choice. We'll be doing the main option, but I have to make sure without using the soft or hard tires is very tougher as it looks to be. In about 15 seconds before the race begins, so take turn 11 corners around the track between the first and second chicane is a very tough point. So here we go, folks. Let's have a competition time and go on to be at the start. Round 7 for test season 2 for the 2022 series of the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup is about to go on. Group 3 Race Cars takes on to be at the Monza circuit will go underway. Here's Mark Backer in first place, Tono GT in second place, third place is Don Angel from Argentina in the Nissan GT-R GT3, Wanderer is here in fourth place, and here's Server in 5th place in the Peugeot RCZ Group 3. Bolts in the BMW M6 GT3 is here in 6th place. TRS Malibu in 7th place. Jay Walls in 8th place in the Alfa Romeo 4C. Jay Florentino in the McLaren 650S GT3 in 9th place. Macaeli in 10th place. Here's myself in 11th place for the UTRS in Sportec. And here's C. Coelho FIA in 12th place. Phillips Racing in 13th place for the Dodge Viper, S-Mark Prime in 14th place, and the last place driver is Aussie in the 2018 Ford GT race car. Let's go and take the rolling start at turn 11 before we can take on lap number 1. We'll be going straight away before enter in the first part of the chicane. But it's going to get much tougher out there, folks. Drive respectfully when we're taking two kinds of chicanes. But that one might have turn 3 to be at the Curva Bassazono. We'll might have to do the inside. We'll have to get press on. So it looks like it's about to have a good straightaway. And here comes the Jets coming in to represent the country of Italy. And here we go. Round 7 to be in the second test season is about to go on, you guys. let this be a good, proud Italian race to be on the track, to have manufacturer cars to be in the Group 3 class. Very good. Now, let's see to have some good respectable. Mark Becker is slowing down to be dropped at position number 10. Looks like contact just barely called in, and Machiavelli in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 takes a 2-second penalty, and hold on, looks like 3 seconds for Insportec just barely ignored a yellow flag. That's how one of the important rules in the FIA Championship in GT7, that's how it all happens, because that's how it all happens. Might have to be very respectful to have all kinds of different rules in GT7. But clearly, that makes Machiavelli and myself might have a different penalty before moving on to take the straightaway. After taking the second chicane, let's proceed over on to turn 6 and 7 at the curb. Looks like Mark Becker in the McLaren is now going in. Gonna have to take the overtake before moving on to have Sector 3 after the end of Sector 2 to be at the curb straight. Coming in to be underneath this bridge at the speedway. And here comes turn 8 and 9 before the progress might have to get over onto the penalty line, because lap number 1 is going to be much harder as it looks to be. So it looks like Ferrari takes the first one to go in, and UDRS Insportec takes the second. That was absolutely so close, but almost giving a headache to see how Ferrari and Chevrolet might have to be very more careful about the ignored yellow flag signal. So that's how it all happens, because new ways in the FIA Gran Turismo Championship takes a hard challenging step. So it looks like Tonal GT takes the lead and a fastest lap in 1 minute and 52.72 seconds. But I mean, let's just make sure to be respectful in communication to be on the yellow flag signal. That's how it all happens, because turn 1 and 2 at the chicane is a very tough danger point, so we have to be very cautious. Now, looks like it's time to go down onto the 13th position. We have Aussie in the 2018 Ford GT race car is currently to be catching up to Machiavelli in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 in 11th place. So let's move in onto the second chicane in turn 4 and 5. Let's see some apexes will be coming in to find your line, build up the slipstream, and take action to enter turn 6. Still having a lot of fun out there to be on round 7, but the handling physics might be quite coming in, and the hazard lights might have to be turned on in case of the recovery by crossing the line. Alright, let's get in there and keep the race will be done. Looks like Tonal GT is currently to be in the lead, and we have Serper in the Peugeot RCZ Group 3 with a different variation. But not to mention, because both in the BMW M6 GT3 with the Spirit model is entered onto the position number 3 before catching up to have an overtake to be moved on in second place. But at the moment, because Serper is climbing back onto number 2 and coming through onto lap number 2 at the end until lap number 3 comes in. It's all about racing hard work and drive respectfully to see how turn 1 and 2 of the chicane is doing the necessary whenever it has to be well effective with a penalty due to the ignored yellow flag. But now we have Wanderer is now doing the fastest lap in 1 minute and 49.654 seconds. Let's kick it up and go for the chase and race hard while you can. Now, let's just gonna have to go dive in and get closer to Aussie in position number 12 with a 2018 Ford GT race car. But very good to have a GTE class to take action to be well racing on Monza, just like World Endurance Championship and IMSA as well. But here comes Sector 2, gonna have to take the second chicane and stay right on track. Try not to lose the concentration and overtake the number 67 Ford GT to take turn 6. That's the ticket. UDRS Insportec moves on in position number 12 to catch up to Genesis and Ferrari. But hold on, looks like C. Coelho FIA is now doing the recovery and take the right side for Insportec with the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3. the absolutely racing rush effort to have a good quick strategy to use the radar, we'll be doing some concentration to be on the line. Turn 8 and 9 at the Ascari corner, and take turn 10 to pass through onto the straightaway until turn 11 at the Curva Palabosia. We'll have to do the final stretch at the end of lap number 3. It looks like Surfer is doing a good run out there to catch up to Tonal GT in first place. One excellent Gran Turismo driver from a different... Where was I? I just had some appetite. Tonal GT from a different country is doing a good running effort to do some slightly turns to be on Monza. But here comes lap number 4. Keep press on, Tonal GT. You can do it. You can win the race to represent your country just like the Nations Cup. Now on to turn 1 and 2 at the chicane in lap number 4. Insportec is continued the chase to catch up to Machiavelli in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 is now staying on to be in the number 10 position. And here comes the yellow flag. This cannot be good. Coming in from behind and doing the recovery from up ahead. 15 drivers are still standing around the track, and the last place driver is stay well behind. But somehow, the 15th place driver is already in onto turn 1, currently in the number 4 lap, while 14 drivers are still on the rush to be on the chase to take the battle. Just gonna keep coming forward. 2.3 seconds by putting up the medium racing compound tires. We'll be doing the number 1 recommend pick. Keep it up. Now gonna have to take sector 3 on to turn 8. Take turn 9 at the Ascari. Turn 10 doing well. There we go. Line successful, and break the 2 second up ahead by the decimal by 2. Looks like Ferrari is about to be made it in on to turn number 11 before Insportec comes in, and there goes the yellow flag signal just barely called in from up ahead. And oh, it's Surfer and the Pescia RC said Group 3 has barely having some handling troubles to be putting up the instant replay for investigation. Lap number 4 takes a challenging spot for the second place driver before drop down onto a different position in lap number 5. But there it goes again. Looks like Mark Becker is now being overtaken while coming back on the track. But I hope Insportec just gonna have to try to avoid a penalty by ignoring the yellow flag. That makes Mark Becker is dropped down at position number 10. Note to self, folks, if anything happens during the start of the competition, by being respectful to the yellow flag signal by communication. Now let's just gonna have to keep up on to turn 4 and 5 in the second chicane. Position number 9 for Insportec, along with Machiavelli in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 is moving in position number 8. 14 drivers are standing, and that means Surfer have left the lobby. We're having another chance to be in the next entry for only one more to go at the end of round 7. Let's keep things smoothly for Group 3 racers with the different manufacturer brands. Team Subaru will have to stay strong in first place no matter it takes. Wanderer and Jay Florentino is now currently to be moved on in position number 2 and 3 at the silver and bronze. But now it might become sin to have TRS Malibu from Brazil is now doing the number 3 spot to take the bronze. Looks like Jay Florentino is about to go switching up onto the high gear to go offense to catch up to the TRS Malibu in 3rd place. After taking turn 11, lap number 6 is about to go underway to have an update for the fastest lap is Phelps Racing in 1 minute and 49.534 seconds. That's the ticket to see how one Dodge Viper SRT GT3R can take on to have a single star for doing a fastest lap. Can anybody have to take the challenge to beat the Viper's lap time? It's always been domestic and domesticated, of course. So now let's just gonna have to keep moved on to be at turn 3. Keep up the straight for UDRS Insportec before coming back onto the second chicane. Sector 1 clear. Now coming in again onto Sector 2. Follow the line in Sportec and make sure to see how position number 7 bolts in the BMW M6 GT3 with a Spirit model variant is now going to have to stay in to catch up onto the number 6 driver. Taking turn 6 and 7 at the curbs, Team Ferrari is about to go faster to be on a chase, while Sportec is still ongoing to be on a rush in about nearly towards 3 seconds up ahead in the gap distance. 6 laps down, only 10 more to go. Take your time, viewers. This part of the segment might be contained to have a 100% perfection, otherwise it might have to do some interruption parts that will have to keep it well detected. Now, after taking turn 9 and 10 at the Ascari, gonna have to keep up for Sportec because Team Ferrari is pushing away from UDRS in 3.1 seconds before entered onto turn 11. How difficult is it? But we'll make sure to see some Group 3 racers in 7 drivers while the position number 9 is still ongoing to be on the chase. 9 laps to go and we're currently in the 7th lap. The tires are doing well out there, folks. No need to have the hard compound, just gonna have to go non-stop without the pits to be used with the medium. Staying on track on turn 1 and 2 of the first chicane. Still at it, but the same. But here comes Don Angel from Argentina in position number 10 to catch up to UDRS in Sportec. But the pace might have to go increase and decrease significantly to see how one Argentina GT player can actually have to keep things going by doing a different strategy. Gonna have to slow down onto the second chicane, and here comes the Nissan GT-R GT3 in position number 10 to take turn 6. Sportec will have to stay well careful on the driving physics to be entered onto turn 7 after the 6th turn. Curve straightaway might have to proceed, and Machiavelli is going way far behind from Sportec in about 3.7 seconds until reached up onto 4. Going down underneath the bridge of the speedway section and take turn 8 through 9 and 10 at the Ascari corner. Line successful and going 1% further chances to be on the advantage. But wait, looks like Bolt in the BMW M6 GT3 Spirit model takes turn 11 at the final corner while Ferrari takes the offense to be ongoing. But here's Wanderer in second place to enter the pits by putting the soft racing compound tires. Keep an eye out, folks. If any driver might have a racing soft tires to be well used, it's going to be the Porsche 911 RSR Type 991 2017 is in the pits. Wait for one driver is coming out and see how the right side of the lane might have to go in without having a penalty to get caught up. Always be respectful to have a pit lane, to have a line connection to be well exit. Now onward on to lap number 8. Everybody is still having a hard time to beat Phelps Racing lap time in 1 minute and 49.534 seconds. Still takes a lot of hard effort out there for the Group 3 class to go challenging and master every turns on the Monza circuit to go faster. But wait, it's Jay Florentino in the McLaren 650S GT3 takes the recovery and dropped down onto position number 7. Machiavelli in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 takes number 6. But not to mention, because Sportec has the opportunity, will have to catch up to one of the Gran Turismo players after having a hard time to be on the second chicane. There he is right now at the far distance, and here comes turn 8, 9 through 10 at the Ascari. Keep it up, Jay Florentino. You'll be able to master this turn in no time because connection line is doing the driving technique. We'll have to keep up the pace. Follow up onto the updates, and we have TRS_Malibu in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept 2018 has slowed down after crossing the penalty line. Sportec moves on in position number 7 quickly as possible to have 6 drivers left standing around onto the forward position at the straightaway in lap number 9. Lap number 8 towards the end, and here comes the 8th lap before coming in onto the straightaway at turn 1 and 2 at the first chicane. But hold on, looks like Nissan GT-R Turismo GT3 is storming in. Gotta keep an eye out. Don Angel from Argentina is now coming in, followed by TRS_Malibu in 9th place in a 2018 GR Supra Racing Concept with a different variation. There he is right here from behind. Now gonna have to catch up to Don Angel in 7th place. Staying on track after turn 4 and 5 at the second chicane. Now comes back again in turn 6, folks. Nissan can probably have to take the defense ongoing while Insportec keeps pushing on the offense. Turn 7 is going clear. Regain the handling. We'll have to do some lineup and the curve straightaway to be at the forest to go underneath the bridge to be on the speedway track. Very good landmark spot. And here comes turn 8 again in sector 3. Excellent work. Keep up the chase, Insportec. Keep a good stable chase and regain control. Now we have Jay Walls in 3rd place to be on the bronze position, followed by S-Mark Prime. And there's Jay Florentino, takes the slow down recovery after crossing the penalty. Gonna have to take position number 7 for Insportec and Team Chevy. Team Nissan currently to be moved on in 6th place to catch up onto Bolts in the BMW M6 GT3 Spirit Model 2016. Lap number 10, here we go. 6 more to go, viewers. This race is going to be a very tough long time to catch up to each other in about a 30-minute time. Stay on track. Looks like Jay Florentino and Wanderer are now coming in. Medium Racing compound tires will be having some main ongoing recommendation. Will have to stay stronger because the duration will might have to go moderation to be last longer, just like the hard racing compound tires. But here comes turn number 4 and 5 at the second chicane. Keep things up and be very careful. UDRS Insportec of the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 still continues the chase for the Nissan GT-R GT3 in position number 6, while Machiavelli in the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 is stay on the pursuit on the BMW M6 GT3 with a Spirit model before at the end of Sector 2 until it comes back onto Sector 3. And here comes the Ascari on turn 8. Keep up the follow the line and do some good, great racing skill effort to be on the Group 3 class. Very good. We'll respond and stay on track with each other to be on the ongoing chase. So luckily, for several drivers have made it in onto turn 11 to be at the curva. Just gonna have to see how Nissan can actually try to catch up to Ferrari in about a few more length of the gap distance to go in position number 5 for the 6th place driver. But still ongoing to have some several spectators around to see the Group 3 racers moves on in lap number 11 for only 5 more to go by the remaining. Here comes turn 1. And here comes the late braking point on Wanderer in the Porsche 911 RSR. That was a very epic overtake. But now Insportec is going faster to be on the high pace of the rush. Let's go and get the 911 RSR in position number 7, folks. That will be a battle to be on the one-on-one showdown. Will be on the way. Here comes the second chicane, turn 4 and 5. Concentration is the key, folks. Gonna have to master the Monza circuit track to be well experienced. Handling regain. Now gonna have to take turn 7 at the curve. Alright, looks like Jay Florentino in the McLaren 650S GT3 is coming in about 1.1 seconds from behind. Back again on sector 3. Come on, keep it up. We're almost there to try to catch up to be in one of the top 3 drivers in second and third place. And there's Bolts in the BMW M6 GT3 takes the bronze to be on the top 3 spot. Way to keep things up out there, but Jay Walls never gives up. It also comes in by the last second, folks. Jay Walls and Bolts are now gunning right in to take the battle for third place. Will be struggling around onto the ropes on lap number 12. And S-Mark Prime in the Hyundai Genesis Group 3 is now currently to stay ongoing in the position number 2 spot. But luckily, several drivers have already made it together to be well driven onto the distance. But keep things up a bit. Many possible achievements will be well earned to be on the PlayStation Network when playing Gran Turismo 7. That's how sport mode is all about, to be well driving together to keep up the distance. Now coming in on to turn number 4 and 5 at the second chicane, Team Porsche is now gunning right in onto Don Angel in 6th place in the Nissan GT-R GT3 along with the Ferrari 458 Italia in position number 5, driven by Machiavelli. But Machiavelli can actually try to keep things up smoothly to be with the rest of the drivers after taking turn 7. But go right in again onto the second straightaway at the curve to be at the forest. Let's make sure to see how Wanderer is now going to have to catch up to Nissan and Ferrari before sector 3 at turn 8 through 10. And here comes UDRS Insportec at the third sector. Let's keep things up smoothly. Turn 9 through 10 and doing a good moderation, successful to be on the handling to be at the third straightaway. Lap number 12 comes in towards at the end for Tonal GT until moves on in lap number 13. Halfway there towards the end, folks. 3 more to go by the remaining in the 13th. Looks like Phelps Racing is doing a good job to be on the faster lap to have 1 minute and 49 seconds with a decibel of 360. Try to keep things up, folks. One Dodge Viper SRT GT3R will give us to have the fastest lap. Oh boy, looks like this cannot be good. This cannot be good, folks. Looks like Machiavelli just barely took a spun out and go off the track in the first turn of the chicane. That makes UDRS Insportec moves forward onto position number 7 automatically after Ferrari had a tough time to have a late braking position to have a correct order. But let's see, the instant replay will be going well investigated. Ferrari almost barely had a chance. Ferrari almost barely had a chance. So meanwhile, UDRS Insportec barely saw Jay Florentino in the McLaren 650S GT3 comes in after taking the second chicane. Now moves on in sector 2 to keep things up a bit and taking a contact and goes at the right side overtake. It's C. Coelho FIA. And the Genesis G70 Group 3 is now moving on towards the end of sector 2 to catch up to Jay Florentino. And once again, Machiavelli and the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 is coming back for another round. Let's try to see how faster times will might go rush out there, folks. No pit stop at the moment, and Machiavelli slows down by crossing the penalty line to be moved on in turn number 11. UDRS Insportec of the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 still barely tries to stay strong out there, if anything possible, to be moved on in lap number 14 for only 2 more to go. There goes the 14th lap. 2 more to go. Keep things up smoothly for Insportec to stay on track with McLaren and Genesis to enter turn 1 and 2 of the first chicane. Ghost mode for the Genesis and gets back physical to be on turn 2 clear. Kurt straightaway moves on in turn 3. McLaren and Genesis are still coming around to have a straightaway forward to be at the second chicane to hit the brake. And there it goes. McLaren takes the dive in, followed by Genesis to be in a separate space. Sector 2 comes in again. Insportec barely tries to keep holding up much longer, folks. And that means for having first place driver is still in one piece by the ongoing to have a good running effort after taking turn 10 at the Ascari corner. Tonal GT in the Subaru WRX Group 3 is still going much longer. But hold on, looks like Phelps Racing just definitely might be putting up a comment note to have a reminder. Let's keep things up. There goes the blue flag. That's how the last place driver is actually at. Let's keep an eye out to see how the straightaway might goes. Probably is Phelps Racing. I guess he's doing okay, by the way, folks. Just keep follow the trail on the blue flag will be proceed forwards. Okay, looks like SRT_Papa have left the room. Let's get in there on to lap number 15 until the final lap is about to go on. And there goes Bolts in the BMW M6 GT3 Spirit model takes second place to move forward in the super spot. But here comes the yellow flag signal. That might have a slight incident, might have to go for an instant replay to be earlier. So far so close. That's how anything happens when we're on the first and second chicane. Now we have TRS_Malibu in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept 2018 is in 9th place. Insportec drops down to position 10. Let's keep things up smoothly to have a good pace and keep up the good effort to be on the Monza circuit, folks. Lap number 15 is coming in nearly towards the end. Until the final lap, we'll have to take the final showdown to have the second and third place driver will do a one-on-one battle. Especially the rest of the drivers are now coming right in to be at Sector 3 by entering turn 8 and 9 through 10 to be at the Barenti Ascari. There it goes. Tonal GT is still on the ongoing lead. And that means the second place driver will have to stay defense before the bronze driver takes the offense to do the same. There goes Tonal GT is in the lead. Here comes the final lap before Bolts and Don Angel in the Nissan GTR GT3 takes a one-on-one final showdown to see who will take home the second place finish, while the first place driver takes an excellent leading spot to be at the finish line. Bolts in the BMW M6 GT3 can actually have to stay on track to take turn 1 and 2 at the first chicane. Don Angel in the Nissan GTR GT3 keeps coming closer and go pushing away by the separate length of the gap before coming in onto turn 3. Insportec is still giving a hard time to have turn 1 and 2 at the chicane. Will have to stay on track. Go on for the recovery, stay on for the medium compound tires, will have to stay non-stop without enter the pits. Don Angel is still swiftly to have a good push pace to reach up the Bolts in second place to enter at the end of the second chicane to have one more position. Turn 6 and 7 to be at the curves. Let's keep it smoothly and keep a good well-balanced stability to be well checked. There you go. Looks like Bolts is stay harder on the defense while Don Angel still barely packed up with a different strategy to deal with the BMW while Nissan still takes the chance to be on the number 3 spot. One Argentina GT racer can probably have to take the final stand until the final sector is about to go begin. Bolts is still staying strong, folks. Let's see how Team BMW can actually gonna have to do it. Take the final straightaway until turn number 11 as the final stretch it's about to get ready to go. And there goes Tonal GT takes the win at first place, folks. Round 7 of the Manufacturers Cup is doing a good victory win for Tonal GT. But now here comes Bolts, second place. Here we go. That one might have Team BMW will be at the silver spot in the number 2 position. Don Angel finished in 3rd place to be at the bronze. Team Nissan finished in 3rd, and the rest of the drivers are now coming in as well to be ended up onto the checker flag. 1 minute left, and there goes UDRS Insportec, ends up in position number 10. Excellent race, folks. Excellent race and a very good showdown to see how 2 drivers in 2nd and 3rd place takes a good, excellent thrill of the chase. So that means Tonal GT in the Subaru WRX Group 3 takes 1st place for the victory win. 2nd place goes to Bolts in the BMW M6 GT3 Spirit Model 2016, and Don Angel from Argentina takes 3rd place in the Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3. Did an excellent job. Now that's competition to stay on track without having a pit stop, folks. But I did my best. Ends up in 10th place for only 1 race position to have a medium compound racing tires. So far so close, and putting up with some more prize credits will be filled out onto the main distance for doing a daily workout since part number 18 of the full walkthrough. Replay saved to be part of the highlights, and good race, everybody. Good race to be on the late morning towards the afternoon in Autodromo Nazionale Monza for the Group 3 class. So let's go, and congratulations to the top 3 drivers. They did a proud job to have a good, successful ongoing battle and stay well defended to be in the same position. Okay, and Sen. Well, of course, couldn't anticipate how much earlier does we have to brake. But especially might have to do some practice whenever it comes in to have some situation during the competition that will end up by having ignored the yellow flag will get a result of the penalty. But I have to make sure to be very careful, so I have to keep my eyes peeled. Different kinds of penalty is a very tough opportunity for GT7, folks. So let's make sure race clean well and be respectful for having some racing competition to be on the rules. But thank you for having some good successful race for round number 7 is doing a good ways to start out. 15 drivers did a good job. Several of them just really did a good job to be end up on the DNF. But we'll make sure to have a single chance to have one more race entry before at the end of the day until midnight comes. But tonight's competition is all about doing the hard work by having a different schedule at the time. Having a very good, well-achieved race in round 7 may turns out unexpected to have a different penalty by ignoring the yellow flag. But it takes a lot of circumstances to be very careful to do an exercise caution when you're in turn 1 and 2 at the first chicane at Autodromo Nazionale Monza. But we did a good job out there, folks. Round 7 is complete before at the end of the day. Before moving on in round 8 will be scheduled on April 16 on Saturday to be at the West End track of Autodromo Lago Maggiore to be in the Group 4 class. After round 8, the final race will be at Daytona Road Course to be on the Group 3 class. We're getting closer at the end of test season 2, folks, but hopefully the final race will be scheduled to be on Monday, and that means next week. But I'm so very excited for tomorrow because round 7 of the Nations Cup to be at Daytona Road Course to have 2 kinds of specified vehicles that you guys have already know about. But that's right, pickup trucks is going to be a very good time to have a lot of good racing, to have 2 manufacturer brands can battle out to take on in the American road course of Daytona. So let's go and exit out and get back to the garage and have myself for a 4-star roulette ticket after spending some activities to do some farming with currency credits. But I can't wait to have another chance to get a good prize to be on the car and also to have a different currency credits to be stacked up to be on the high price. So, let's go and take the 4-star ticket to be well received. 3, 2, 1. Alright, there's the Audi TT and the Bugatti Imitation. So far so close to get the invitation, but 10,000 Gran Turismo credits, I'll make sure I'll take that. Just a reminder folks, choosing a roulette ticket by the chance will might have a good valuable percentage, will might have to get a single chance to do a car or any kinds of different rewards before at the end of the day. So looks like it takes a lot of oil effect to be on the warrant for my Corvette C7 Group 3. I'll make sure it'll have to get good as new to be at the GT Auto before I'm about to wrap this up before at the end of the video. I can't wait for tomorrow to be at Daytona to have a good selected specified pickup truck whenever it's going to be using with the Ford F-150 Raptor or the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro 2019. I'll make sure I'll have to do my decision. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.